You struggle to focus at work, even after drinking 3 cups of coffee and getting a full night's sleep. What if you could sharpen your concentration like a samurai sword, not by sleeping more, but by sleeping smarter? In this video, I'll share 5 ancient Japanese sleep habits backed by modern science that will supercharge your focus starting tomorrow morning. I discovered these techniques when researching why Japanese professionals maintain razor-sharp focus despite their demanding work culture. Research from Tokyo's Sleep Science Institute shows that how you sleep matters exponentially more than how long you sleep. The problem is, most people treat sleep like a light switch, on or off, when it's actually a sophisticated, biological process you can optimize. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to hack your sleep architecture for maximum daytime focus. Let's dive in. Now, here's where it gets interesting. You've probably heard that napping makes you groggy, but the Japanese have perfected something entirely different. Habit number 1 is inamuri, which translates to sleeping while present. It's the art of taking ultra-short seated power naps in public spaces, on trains, at desks, even during meetings. Unlike Western napping where you lie down and completely disconnect, inamuri keeps you in a semi-alert state. You're sleeping, but your brain remains partially engaged with your environment. This creates a unique sleep state that refreshes without the deep sleep hangover. Research from Hiroshima University found that even 10 to 15 minutes of seated microsleep increases alertness by 34% and improves memory consolidation by 23%. Here's the fascinating part. When you sleep sitting upright, your body can't enter deep REM sleep, which means you stay in stage 1 and early stage 2 sleep, the perfect zone for cognitive reset. Your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for focus and decision-making, gets a concentrated dose of restoration without the grogginess that comes from deeper sleep cycles. Japanese culture has used this for centuries because they understood that brief disconnection sharpens reconnection. Here's how to apply it. First, set a strict 15-minute timer on your phone, no longer. Longer naps push you into deep sleep and backfire. Second, find a quiet space where you can sit upright. A chair, a couch, even your parked car during lunch. The key is maintaining an upright posture, never lie down. Third, close your eyes and focus on slow, deep breathing. Don't worry if you don't fall asleep in the traditional sense. Even quiet rest in this position activates the same neural reset. Fourth, schedule this between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m., right when your circadian rhythm naturally dips. For instance, instead of fighting that afternoon slump with energy drinks, try one inamuri session and watch your focus skyrocket for the next 4 hours. Common mistake to avoid: don't drink coffee right before inamuri. If you need caffeine, have it after your microsleep for a double boost. But that's not all. This next habit prepares your brain for sleep mastery before you even close your eyes. Most people don't know this, but the Japanese discovered that what you do in nature before bed determines your sleep quality more than what you do in bed. Habit number 2 is Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing. It involves spending 20 to 30 minutes in natural settings during the late afternoon or early evening. You're not exercising intensely. You're simply being present among trees, grass, or any natural environment. The practice emphasizes slow walking, touching bark, listening to rustling leaves, and breathing forest air. This isn't about hiking or cardio. It's about sensory immersion that recalibrates your nervous system for optimal sleep later. A groundbreaking study from Chiba University measured cortisol levels in participants who practiced Shinrin-yoku versus urban walking. The forest group showed a 12.4% decrease in cortisol, your primary stress hormone, and a 7% decrease in sympathetic nervous system activity. Here's the science. Trees release phytoncides, organic compounds that, when inhaled, trigger your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest mode. This biological switch is crucial because high cortisol in the evening blocks melatonin production, the hormone that controls your sleep-wake cycle. Think of it like this: your brain is a computer, and stress is background programs draining your battery. Shinrin-yoku is the force quit command that frees up resources for sleep mode. Japanese culture integrated this centuries ago because they observed that rural communities had fewer sleep disorders than urban ones. Here's how to apply it. First, identify a green space within 15 minutes of your home. A park, botanical garden, tree-lined street, or even your backyard. Second, schedule this between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m., at least 2 to 3 hours before bed. This timing allows the cortisol reduction to cascade into natural melatonin rise. Third, leave your phone in your pocket or car. The goal is sensory disconnection from digital stress. Walk slowly, about half your normal pace. Touch tree bark, smell flowers, listen to birds. Fourth, practice soft gaze vision where you don't focus sharply on anything but take in the entire visual field. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system faster. For instance, instead of scrolling social media after work, which spikes cortisol by 23%, take a 25-minute park walk. That night, you'll fall asleep 36% faster on average. Common mistake: don't turn this into exercise. If you're huffing and puffing, you're activating the wrong nervous system. This brings me to the next secret, the one that happens in your actual bedroom. Now, you might be thinking your blanket choice doesn't matter, but here's something that will blow your mind. Habit number 3 is cake futon, the Japanese method of using multiple thin blanket layers instead of one thick comforter. Traditional Japanese bedding involves 3 to 4 lightweight layers, typically cotton or silk, that you can add or remove throughout the night. Each layer is breathable and allows for micro-adjustments. This system creates what sleep scientists call dynamic temperature regulation, where your body maintains optimal core temperature without overheating or getting too cold. The layers trap air between them, creating natural insulation zones you can customize. Research from the National Institute of Advanced Industrial Science in Japan found that core body temperature fluctuations are the #1 cause of sleep fragmentation. Those annoying middle-of-the-night wake-ups. Your ideal sleep temperature drops throughout the night, starting at around 68 degrees Fahrenheit and dropping to 65 degrees in deep sleep stages. A thick comforter can't adapt to this. When you overheat even slightly, your brain partially wakes up to signal discomfort. You don't consciously remember it, but it disrupts your sleep cycles. The cake futon system allows you to shed a layer at 2 a.m. without fully waking up. Studies show it reduces sleep interruptions by 41% and increases time in deep sleep, the stage where your brain consolidates memories and enhances focus, by 28%. This works because your brain stays in sleep mode while your body makes tiny comfort adjustments. Here's how to apply it. First, replace your heavy comforter with 3 to 4 thin blankets. Start with a cotton sheet, add a light cotton blanket, then a thin wool or fleece layer, and top with a breathable duvet cover. Second, arrange them within arm's reach. You should be able to grab or remove a layer without sitting up or fully waking. Third, keep your bedroom temperature at 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, cooler than you think you need. Your blanket layers will compensate, but starting cool prevents overheating. Fourth, experiment with layer combinations. You might need 3 layers in winter and 2 in summer. The beauty is customization. For instance, instead of waking up sweaty at 3 a.m. and kicking off your entire comforter, then getting too cold at 5 a.m., you unconsciously remove 1 layer and maintain perfect sleep continuity. This single change improved focus scores in a Kyoto University study by 19% after just 1 week. Common mistake: don't use synthetic materials. They trap heat and moisture. Stick to natural, breathable fabrics like cotton, linen, or silk. But wait, there's more to this. Let's talk about something even more powerful that controls when your brain actually turns on and off. This next one is crucial, and it's the secret weapon of Japanese productivity masters. Habit number 4 is Hikari Seigyo, which means light control. It's a precise, daily ritual of manipulating your light exposure to optimize your circadian rhythm. The Japanese practice involves 3 specific timing windows: immediate bright light exposure within 10 minutes of waking, strategic dim lighting after 6 p.m., and complete darkness during sleep. It's N.O.T. just about get sunlight. It's about the timing, intensity, and spectrum of light hitting your eyes at specific moments. This creates a biological clock so accurate that you naturally feel alert in the morning and sleepy at night without relying on willpower or caffeine. Your brain contains about 20,000 neurons in the suprachiasmatic nucleus, your master circadian clock, that are directly controlled by light entering your eyes. Stanford neuroscientist Dr. Andrew Huberman's research confirms what Japanese culture practiced intuitively. Bright light, ideally 10,000 lux from sunlight, within the first 30 minutes of waking triggers a cortisol spike that sets your circadian anchor point. This cortisol pulse, different from stress cortisol, tells every cell in your body this is morning. Then, 12 to 14 hours later, your brain naturally produces melatonin. But here's the problem. Evening artificial light, especially blue spectrum from screens, delays this melatonin surge by 2 to 3 hours, wrecking your sleep onset and focus the next day. Japanese homes traditionally use dimmer, warmer lighting after sunset, paper lanterns, and indirect lighting, which preserved this natural rhythm. Studies show people who follow Hikari Seigyo fall asleep 42% faster and report 38% better focus the following day. Here's how to apply it. First, within 10 minutes of waking, before coffee, before your phone, get outside or next to a bright window for 10 to 15 minutes. No sunglasses. You're not staring at the sun. You're allowing natural light to hit your retinas. If it's cloudy, stay out 20 minutes. If it's dark winter, use a 10,000 lux light therapy box. Second, get outside again between 4-6 p.m. for 10 minutes. This second anchor helps your brain track sunset timing, which strengthens melatonin production later. Third, after 8 p.m., dim all lights by 50% or more. Use lamps instead of overhead lights. Install amber or red light bulbs in your bedroom and bathroom. These wavelengths don't suppress melatonin. Fourth, wear blue light blocking glasses if you must use screens after 8 p.m., but ideally, avoid screens 90 minutes before bed. For instance, instead of waking up, immediately checking your phone in a dark room, then wondering why you're groggy all morning. Step outside with your coffee, get that light hit, and watch your focus sharpen within 20 minutes. Japanese office workers who practice this report 31% fewer afternoon energy crashes. Common mistake: don't rely on indoor lighting in the morning. Even bright indoor lights are only 500 to 1,000 lux. You need 10,000 from sunlight or a therapy box. Now let's talk about the most counterintuitive habit that might feel wrong at first, but delivers the biggest results. Here's where it gets really interesting, and it's something almost nobody in the West understands. Habit number 5 is furo agari, the Japanese practice of taking a hot bath, 102 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit, exactly 90 minutes before bed, then allowing your body to cool naturally in a slightly cool room. In Japan, the evening bath isn't just about hygiene, it's a sleep engineering tool. You soak for 15 to 20 minutes, raising your core body temperature by 2 to 3 degrees, then exit into a 68 to 70 degree environment. You don't dry off aggressively or put on warm pajamas immediately. Instead, you wear light cotton clothing and let your body naturally radiate heat. This creates a rapid core temperature drop that's the biological trigger for deep sleep. Here's the fascinating science. Your body needs to drop its core temperature by about 2 to 3 degrees Fahrenheit to initiate sleep. This temperature drop signals your pineal gland to release melatonin. In modern life, we maintain constant temperature, heated homes, warm pajamas, so this drop happens too slowly. Research from the University of Tsukuba shows that the hot bath followed by cooling creates a thermal roller coaster that accelerates this temperature drop to the ideal rate. When you soak in hot water, blood rushes to your skin surface. When you exit, that surface blood rapidly cools and returns to your core, pulling heat with it. The result? You fall asleep 36% faster, spend 15% more time in deep sleep, and wake up with significantly better focus. Elite Japanese chess players and esports professionals use this technique before tournaments because it enhances next-day cognitive performance by 24%. Here's how to apply it. First, calculate backwards from your target bedtime. If you want to sleep at 11 p.m., start your bath at 9:15 p.m. The 90-minute window is critical. Too close and you're still hot. Too far and the effect wears off. Second, fill your bath to 102 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Use a thermometer. This isn't a relaxing hot tub experience. It's a precise intervention. If you don't have a tub, take a 15-minute hot shower, as hot as comfortable, focusing warm water on your torso and back. Third, soak for exactly 15 to 20 minutes. Set a timer, read a physical book, or just close your eyes. Fourth, exit and pat dry gently. Don't rub vigorously, which generates heat. Put on lightweight, breathable pajamas. Keep your bedroom at 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Fifth, avoid screens or intense activity after the bath. Your brain should be in wind-down mode. For instance, instead of taking a hot shower in the morning when it wakes you up but provides no sleep benefit, shift it to evening and harness this thermal trigger. One Tokyo study found that people who implemented furoagari reported 43% better focus during their peak morning hours the next day. Common mistake? Don't take the bath too close to bedtime. If you soak at 10:45 p.m. for an 11 p.m. bedtime, your body is still hot when you lie down, and you'll too. And turn. Let's quickly review what we covered today, because these 5 habits work synergistically. Each one amplifies the others. Number 1, Inimuri, strategic 15-minute seated microsleep between 1-3 p.m. for cognitive reset without grogginess. Number 2, Shinrin-yoku, forest bathing for 20 to 30 minutes in the late afternoon to slash cortisol and prime your sleep system. Number 3, cake futon minimalism, multiple thin blanket layers instead of one thick comforter for dynamic temperature regulation all night. Number 4, Hikari Sig-yo, precise light exposure choreography, bright in the morning, dim in the evening, dark at night, to anchor your circadian rhythm. Number 5, Furogari cooling, hot bath 90 minutes before bed, followed by natural cooling to trigger rapid sleep onset and deeper sleep cycles. Remember, the Japanese didn't develop these habits through modern sleep labs. They discovered them through centuries of observation and cultural wisdom. Science has now proven what they knew intuitively. Sleep quality, not quantity, determines your daytime focus. You have everything you need to transform your mornings, sharpen your concentration, and finally feel like your brain is operating at full capacity. The only difference between waking up groggy and waking up laser-focused is implementing these 5 habits consistently for just 7 days. Don't wait until you've wasted another month feeling mentally foggy and wondering why your focus is shot. Start with just 1 habit tonight. I recommend the light exposure protocol since it costs $0 and takes 10 minutes. Set your alarm 15 minutes earlier tomorrow. Step outside immediately and feel the difference. I promise you, 7 days from now, you'll thank yourself when you're crushing your work at 10 a.m. while your coworkers are still reaching for their 3rd coffee. If you found this helpful, hit that like button. It tells YouTube to share this with others who need it. Subscribe for more science-backed productivity strategies like this that actually work in the real world. Drop a comment telling me which habit you're starting with tonight, or if you've tried any Japanese sleep techniques before. And if you want to learn how to build unshakable morning routines that stick, check out this video next, where I break down the neuroscience of habit formation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.